Hello, my friends, from Dorney Park. Finally here this season after, I don't know, the rain just kept me away for a little while. Behind me is Talon, one of my favorite inverted coasters, particularly for its smoothness. But one thing, the coasters are great here, don't get me wrong. I have not given much love to the flat rides that are here, and they have a pretty excellent assortment of flat rides. So I invite you to come along as we go check out all the flat rides here at Dorney Park. All right, so this cycle is just ending, but who wouldn't start with the ride that's right here at the front of the park? They're over 100-year-old carousel. That's right, they have a sign here for the antique carousel, built in 1921, and it was originally in Illinois at the Northern Illinois Fair. But yeah, this one I love because it has like giraffes and tigers. I think there's a couple zebras, like some very unique animals here that I have not seen anywhere else. Let's get a little close-up here of that giraffe. It is a beautiful but very hot day today, missing the water park opening just a week from now, as well as I guess some of the other ones. I don't know if like the Shoot the Chutes or anything like that is open today. Well, I do have the wave swinger here, which is great. Like, I love the setup of it because it's one of the first things that you'll encounter before the park kind of goes off to the left here. I should note, by the way, I literally just saw the Shoot the Chutes go, so we're gonna go check that out in a second. But this whole little entrance area is super nice. I wish that there was more happening kind of in the middle, but it is nice to have places to sit and then the food left and the right. But I think I did pass one small ride that's over here, kind of tucked away. Under the looming shadow of the Wild Mouse here is Kaleidoscope, which at first glance kind of looks like one of your typical scramblers, but you can tell by the ride vehicles, it is a little different. These things are allowed to kind of sway out, so let's sit tight for a second and watch it go. So Whitewater Landing is open, thankfully, because it is 94 degrees today. And it's, you know, super simple. Everybody's over there on the bridge having a good time. And then next up over here is, I believe, what's called Meteor. This one is one fun ride. I don't know, if you like going upside down, this can definitely give you some motion sickness. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a shame that Dorney Park isn't open that late yet. Maybe they'll be open during the summer. But the light packages on some of these flat rides that they have are superb. Just a quick side note, I love how from way over here next to Hydra, I can see the first drop for Steel Force. Quite the view, and something that I might pull out my zoom lens for when I'm doing more roller coaster based things. Over here by Planet Snoopy is their Enterprise, which I have a lot of nostalgia for. Used to ride one like this that was over at Great Adventure until they removed it. Wonder what they did with that. But this is such a cool ride. I love that it just goes straight up. The sensation is just so gnarly. So from there, I believe that Ferris wheel that they have is closed. And I don't believe there's any other rides to the left of us. So why don't we head on down this way? We're gonna backtrack a little here. They do have a Himalaya, the Music Express. Mit Musik geht alles besser. Wow, I didn't know that they had that thing in German across the top there. And then right next to that is the Tilt-A-Whirl just up ahead. That's right, they have a classic little Tilt-A-Whirl here that most people associate with, you know, fairs, stuff like that. One observation I will make is that the cycle times, reason I haven't been filming a lot of these in motion, is that the cycle times are extremely long. There is usually only one operator. It's not so bad on the Tilt-A-Whirl, but on some of these other rides, to have to go around and check or verify like a dozen plus little vehicles and restraints, that's tough. That's tough for one operator to have to deal with. There goes the Enterprise again. And then just over this way, I haven't seen this operate yet. I was waiting a second. There goes that drop tower though. That's pretty nifty. There's just a lot of movement, a lot of kinetic vibes and energy going on here. So back there is a flat ride called Apollo. It's really cool. Note all the light bulbs. It has a really cool lighting package, and it's a shame that it's not operating. I think this type of video might happen again when we can just take a look at all the light packages when the park is open late enough. Fingers crossed. Then as we head over on this way, shouts to Chickies and Pete's. It's it's not a bad place for lunch. Shouts to that. But over here is the Sea Dragon, and that's just, one of their galleon-style ships, just swings left to right. One thing I have not seen in a long time is the ones that'll actually go all the way over, like the one that is over at King's Dominion. So here is their drop tower, Dominator. I haven't seen much of a cycle here. It does go up and down just a little bit, but it's mostly just the initial drop, so there really isn't a crazy ride sequence, but we can sit tight and watch it in action right now. I just missed the cycle for Cedar Creek Flyers. One bit of advice, do not attempt snapping here. That's a big no-no. But again, it does take a while for these to cycle, so I think I'm going to move on. So I forgot that they do have like a classic style scrambler down here. Me personally, I think I prefer Kaleidoscope. And there you can see the lift hills and drops for both Thunderhawk and Steel Force. And now, last but not least, is Demon Drop. I do love these old school free fall rides. Just like the one that used to be over at Great Adventure, which is what informed a lot of my fandom here. But holy smokes, the music is loud here. I can hear the poor speakers struggling for their life. But let me know what you think about this proposition. Some people do count these as coaster credits. I have no idea about that. Like, it's one of those things where they're technically right, but I don't know. If you define a coaster in the most strictest of terms, but I don't know if I would call that one. Shouts to Cornstalkers. Still kind of smells like blood over here. So I think that might be it for all the different flat rides around here. But I do want to give a special shout out to Thunder Creek Mountain, their log flume ride here, because I feel like I've covered just about everything else here. So I think that's going to do it for me here at Dorney Park. We have covered basically, I don't know if I've missed any because of the way the paths work and everything. I think I did a good job with that, but I'm not sure. Let me know if I missed anything. I will be sure to include that the next time I come back, which, speaking of which, probably won't be until the Grand Carnival returns, which I'm excited for. I did that in 2019, and I'll put that up in the corner somewhere right there. And if not then, I'll definitely be back to check out some of the coasters, and you know for sure I will be back for the Halloween Haunt, which is another one I'll put up in the corner from last year. I had a blast doing that. The event is still only 5 hours, and I'm a little worried about that, a little concerned. Also because they weren't allowing backpacks to be brought in the second time that I came in just for the photos. So I don't know if that's going to be the case this time. Might be time for me to inquire about a media pass. I don't know what you guys think about that. But of course, coming back to the flat rides, a lot of them were being run by just one operator who had a lot of work to do for every cycle, so the cycles did take a lot of time. Thankfully, it wasn't a very packed day, so the lines weren't too bad, and I was able to get on a few of them, but some of them, it was like 15 minutes just sitting there waiting for the operator to do his thing, and I feel for them because there probably should be at least 2 people doing that job. But all that being said, this park I know a lot of people rag on it for having like a small collection of roller coasters, and I really hope that they do bring in a new one. I hope to see permits filed sooner rather than later, but their flat ride collection is just phenomenal, from a good array of like vintage old school ones to some pretty cool modern ones. Anyway, guys. All right, guys, you're in the vlog as promised. Thanks for saying hi. But anyway, guys, all that being said and all that happening, speaking of which, there was like a security car that came up because of all the noise, by the way. I don't know if any of you saw that, but thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and I hope you go make your own adventure. Bye.